Football Inquest. Presented by the Sunday Independent.
And a very good evening. Welcome once again to Football Inquest. Interesting results today, particularly if you follow Subiaco. Let's look at them now. Swans, 16-19, 115, just got home from the Cardi, 17-11, 113. Saframantle far too strong for the Royals today. The Demons had a 5-goal victory over the Blue and Whites. Look at Claremont, I think they got home, 194 to Subiaco, 88. What about the reserves? Swans defeated West Perth again. The Royals defeated Saframantle. Perth, far too strong for the Blue and Whites, and Claremont 24-15, 159, defeated Subiaco 7-16, 58 in another decisive victory. As far as the VFL was concerned today, Geelong had an outstanding win today, 84 to North Melbourne's 27. Richmond defeated Collingwood, Carlton too strong for South Melbourne. St Kilda had a win, which is good to see. Footscray, another win, 10-13, 73 to Melbourne 6-7, 43, and the Hawks far too strong for the Lions today, 143 to 55. That all-important VFL ladder. Richmond on top, Brian Peake, look at that. Geelong in second spot, Carlton, North Melbourne, Hawthorn, Collingwood, South Melbourne and Essendon. Meanwhile, across the border in South Australia, let's check out their results too. Port Adelaide far too strong for Hayden Button, South Adelaide. Glenelg defeated West Torrens. Woodville 118 to North Adelaide 66. Norwood got home from Central Districts and Sturt a big win, 25-22, 172 to West Adelaide 16-11, 107. We'll be back very shortly with Ian Brayshaw to tell us all about the game of the day, Swan Districts versus West Perth, following these messages.
The Perth department store chain Bones has issued a Supreme Court writ claiming one of its biggest shops has been rendered unfit for use. Australia's top 20 unions have accumulated over $53 million. South Africa has been hauled over the coals following its reported invasion of Angola and claims that hundreds have been killed in the fighting. In sport, nasty Elena Stasi is questioned by police after a sensational incident at Wimbledon. These stories just a taste of the reading in tomorrow's Sunday Independent. It's your newspaper for the 80s.
Your search for a better home can easily become an obstacle course, taking you through so many display centres that you wonder which door to open next. Yet one builder has already earned the trust of over 5,000 families. And their experience has produced a booklet that shows how to choose the right builder and the best design to suit you and your budget. Discover how to step up to a better home, free at any Skyline display centre this weekend.
We give you that old-time service with those big wide-open grins. Good old-fashioned bargains, 'cause that's the stuff that wins. From Perth up and down the coast, right to the Northern Pole. Oh, how the West Coast loves the Ford.
I love mine.
I love mine.
I love mine.
I love mine. Oh, how the West Coast loves the Ford.
I thought the Counties were home for all money at half-time, 11-6 to Swan District 6-8, but it wasn't to be. See how the Black and Whites bounced back in the third time. They went on with the job too. Swans 16-19, 115, defeated West Perth 17-11, 113, just 2 points in it. Ian Brayshaw was at Leederville Oval today. Ian, tonight at 10:45, we'll see a replay of the World Welterweight title fight. And what a fight it was. That was a close affair, but it must have been just as close at Leederville Oval today.
Yes, what a game it was, and what a side the Swan Districts are. At one stage, late in the second quarter, they were almost 7 goals down. They came back superbly in the third quarter, and in a fantastic last quarter, the lead changed hands 5 times before Simon Beasley ran into an open goal to kick the clincher. It really was a tight encounter, and at the end of the game, John Todd, who must have been sitting on the edge of his seat throughout, rose to in his glory towards the grandstand and gave several big Churchillian gestures to the West Perth supporters. It really was a West Perth first half. There's Big Ray, a hero of the game before. He was pulled off in the end. It just wasn't Big Nick's day today. But West Perth called all the shots in the first half. There's Fitzgerald. He had a wonderful tussle with Adamson at centre-half forward before, and I think he really won the day as far as that was concerned. Here's Neesham. What a star this fellow is. He's my tip for the Sandover medal. So much class, so much time. Fitzsimmons there for West Perth. He played very solidly in defence. And there's Logan. He was a good performer for West Perth as well. But Swan Districts, well, they go on from strength to strength, and the question is who can beat them, and I doubt that anyone's going to beat them the way they're firing at the moment. Here's Williams. He's another one of their stars. A terrific performance from Swan Districts today. West Perth, a wonderful performance too. As I said, they called all the shots in the first half, and they really can be quite satisfied with their performance today. They will certainly be big contesters in the final round.
Congratulations to both sides, West Perth and Swan Districts. For Swans, the goal kickers, Beasley, their top goal getter on the day with 6, Williams on 3, and for the Cardies, Alderton on 6 and Adamson on 3. Best players, many good players on Leederville Oval today. For Swans, Neesham, Richardson, Williams, Holden, Fitzgerald and Boucher. And for West Perth, Stewie Hillier, Fong, Hendricks, Gibbs, Alderton and Fitzsimmons. Arthur Marshall was our man down at the port today at Fremantle Oval to see South Fremantle take on